Ahead of an India versus Pakistan game, you'll normally hear terms thrown about like, the mother of all battles or the greatest rivalry. Well, ahead of the first match that India and Pakistan played in this edition of the Asia Cup, you only heard one word: boycott. Boycott India versus Pakistan. Do not watch the game, do not engage with the game, was the clarion call from a lot of fans. And truth be told, it did seem to have some effect, because even if it didn't necessarily translate to poor television ratings or didn't necessarily translate to fans not turning up at the stadium in huge numbers to actually come and check out the action, it did at least create enough of a noise that people were actually acknowledging it on a consistent basis, that yes, the boycott calls do seem much louder this time around. However, what has happened to that now in the aftermath of the first game, as well as, of course, the drama that has been present in the build-up to the second game, which is set to take place today on September 21st? Well, as it turns out, the boycott talk has kind of sort of died down. And there's two ways to look at it. One is that you don't really see it on the social media trends right now. And truth be told, you're not seeing anything India-Pak related on the social media trends, which is in itself surprising, considering normally if there's an India-Pak match, you'll see that trend throughout the day. That is just how much the chatter is. But just to give you an example of how scattergun the approach seems to be this time around, let's take a look at a couple of tweets. So you have this one tweet from a particular account, got 1,000 odd followers, where he says that today also the Asia Cup match between India versus Pakistan stands at boycott mode. No tweets, no score, and no reposts of any one feed. So basically, for certain people, they're still going strong. But there is another sentiment that is also brewing, and this comes about from a rather tongue-in-cheek to a post I saw on X. It's this man saying, आज का इंडिया पाकिस्तान मैच बॉयकॉट करना है या देखना है? He's basically asking, are we boycotting it? Are we watching it? What are we doing? And it's, of course, a hilarious tongue-in-cheek way of pointing out that, this time around there hasn't been as much of a boycott call. But there's a reason I've only included two posts from X in this particular video. Normally, if we are looking at social media, we tend to look for a variety of reactions. Well, one is because these seem to be closer to authentic posts. A lot of it just seems to be copy-pasted, because again, the wording that is coming up on a lot of these posts is very, very similar. The other thing is that a lot of people are talking about the boycott in reference to a news article that has been doing the rounds in Pakistani media, which says that ticket sales for the game has been low. Well, what we're getting to hear over here at Sports Today is that we can expect close to a full house for the match, which does kind of contradict what is doing the rounds. So it made no sense including so many tweets on a topic that, truth be told, we haven't been able to verify, and the information that which we have on the matter is exactly the opposite. Boycott? What boycott? It seems like a lot of fans have seemingly lost steam when it comes to talks of a boycott, and it does seem like even if the tickets are at reduced prices in Dubai, you are not getting much of a boycott. Fans will still be keen to see this match, which does really raise an interesting question as to why it was so loud for the first game and only for the second. It should, in theory, be consistent that, look, you're looking to boycott these matches come what may. That was the clarion call. It was said that you shouldn't play them, you shouldn't be playing the Asia Cup at all. But what now? Has India versus Pakistan, for a certain section of fans, crossed over from being, let's say, them hating it to them now being apathetic to it? It's a thought worth keeping in mind, especially when you consider that the quality of cricket which you've seen in the Asia Cup hasn't really been that great anyway. But what are you guys' thoughts on the matter? I'd really like to know. Can they tell me that in the comments below? And don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon. Also follow us on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Don't forget to download the AajTak app and stay tuned for more such videos from the world of sport.